Hello there, how you doing? Welcome back to the studio. Sorry, I'm just getting the camera in a decent position. Hope you've had a good day. It's been a long day here in the studio. I've struggled with the horse canvas for a while. It did turn into a bit of a donkey. It did go very orange for one stage. But I just thought I might show you now, because I've got the basic colour down, and what's left I think is to put in the tones and highlights. I think, I don't know, it sounds a bit posh, but just to make it look good. So as usual, I'll zoom across to where it's hanging up, and then I'll bring it down and we can show you close up. Okay, where are you, horse? You're up there. Sorry about it being a bit wonky, but I'm sure you don't mind it being a bit wonky. There we go. So at a distance it doesn't look too bad, does it? Looks quite nice. I've introduced green. I got really stuck. This where's my finger? Oh, here we go. This excuse me, this strip here became very orange, and the horse turned orange, this turned orange. Of course this was orange on this side, and I had a real problem in my head as to what was going on. And of course every time I tried to tone down, it would all tone down together. And the biggest thing I've learned actually with this multimedia is that this surface, which is a clay, this surface, which is Hessian, and this, which is a cloth, an old dressing gown, they all treat the colour in a different way. So when I'm mixing, when you put the colour on the different surfaces, the different textures, and you get a different colour. So trying to keep the colours blended, if you like, it was very difficult, and I've decided, as you can see, to just not bother blending. The biggest problem with this picture, as far as I can see as a beginner, is I didn't consider its composition when I started out. The fact that this eye is in the middle of the canvas is a pure fluke. I didn't actually plan that, and there are some people who have told me you shouldn't have something in the very centre of the canvas. For me it works okay, because it's going to be the focus of the picture. But let me stop waffling and bring it down, otherwise this will turn into a big long video again. Let me bring it down and show you a bit closer. Oh, I need to zoom out first, otherwise you're going to see my nostril hair. There we go, that's better. Right, let me go and get it, okay? And then I can show you. Whoa. Back in a sec. It's getting heavy by the day because of the amount of paint I'm putting on it. Right, excuse me. I need to dock this thing into a little hole in the desk, otherwise I can't get to see you. Right, so let's have a looky here. It's going to be a bit glary because there's no daylight here at the moment. It's dark outside, and I've got a daylight lamp above me, which makes it look a bit daylightish, but it also causes a bit of a glare. Okay, so what I've done with this is introduce this green. This is actually eggshells on here, and the effect I wanted was leaves. I did actually cut out, let me just show you. I went through the process of cutting out leaves from card, painting them, autumn leaves if you like, giving them some texture, and these I was going to use down this side, but it just looked too, you know, cartoonish really, and out of scale. Now these don't particularly look like leaves, but from a distance they do. Close up, let me try and get you close up, they're actually just broken eggshell. I've run a black, I tried to get a black ink to flow in there, because it wasn't an alcoholic ink, if you like, it wouldn't flow, so I've had to paint it in and then paint the green over. I'm not happy with the result of this yet, but I'm not going to play too much, otherwise I've experimented down here by putting some PVA on it, and it sort of brings out the colour a bit more, so I might PVA the whole thing. I've darkened here as well. I'm going to sort of, well no, I'm going to leave that alone actually, because it looks nice, doesn't it? This is all looking okay. The horse is a bit better now. It was very orange. Since you saw the video last, I've textured the eye, so I've now raised this eyebrow. This was just flat, and it made this eye protrude out. So I've textured this, and then I'm going to put some detail in here now. I'm going to leave this completely black, apart from some orange reflection here, and let the highlight, there's a little dimple there, that's not good, is it? I'm going to cover it with glaze, a couple of layers of thick glaze, and let the glaze actually create the reflection from the light in the room, or the daylight. I did have a highlight here, a white highlight, but what I noticed is the white highlight probably stayed there, but wherever the light changed, computing the direction, you then got two highlights which looked unnatural. So I'm going to leave it black and let the room highlight it. Okay, so this area here was a real problem. This was so orange, it was just unbelievable. I think I've got away with it. It sort of sets off the horse sort of distance. I'm going to tone this down, soften this slightly, and this, of course, I've still got this horse hair to go on here. I've got to create a bit more of this. It's string that's been dyed black, and then I've teased out the ends to try and get it a bit horse hairy. I've got to do some brushing yet, but that's going to sit on here, and that should look sort of quite nice. And then what I like to do is have a bit of it over here as well. See that? So that it then disappears into the picture. So you get the feeling that it sort of goes behind the horse. Anyway, that's it. This side, I've introduced a bit of colour. Oh, sorry, I'm too close to you now, aren't I? I've introduced a bit of colour this side to sort of balance this. And I'm thinking I might lighten this up and put a tree in the background there, or a bush or something, just to balance the colours and give you something else to look at over here. Okay, well that's it. It's coming on, and I don't think it's that far from being completed now. I've struggled with it. I don't mind admitting it was a nightmare at one stage. In fact, yesterday morning I got to the stage where I took this in to Teresa, my good wife, and my daughter was with her, and I got to the stage where I was going to paint the whole thing over with white gesso and start afresh, and it was then that persuaded me not to do that, simply because if I painted it with gesso, then the gesso would be filling in all this texture, and then when I paint it on top of this again, then it will turn into like a 3D painting rather than having the different textures. So thank you for that, Teresa and Rachel, and I'm hoping that in just a matter of a couple of days it will be finished. Fingers. I might even get it done tomorrow, because I've got all day at it tomorrow because Teresa's working. So if all goes well, then tomorrow, this time tomorrow, it'll be done. It's now just after 8 o'clock. It's getting dark early these days. Thank you for watching. Okay, thank you again for your tweets. I've gone up to 800 odd followers now. It's fantastic. You new guys, thank you very much for your comments. It's very much appreciated, and I enjoy following your journeys, by the way. It's great. And anybody who is a bit nervous about doing this video thing, give it a go. Just give it a go. You know, I know you might have to borrow a camera. I've had to borrow this camera. You might have to borrow a camera to, you know, get going. But once you get over the nervousness of it, you start to enjoy yourself and relax, and if you're like me, you just quite look forward to doing a video. My only problem is I haven't got somebody tapping me on the back saying you've been far too long. Okay, what I should do is have a stopwatch in front of me just here, and wind up, but I haven't got anybody doing this, so this is why they turned out to be quite long, because exactly as I'm doing right now, I'm waffling. Okay, so let me go, let me leave you, and I'll show you this when it's finished. Okay, you take care, until I see you again. Bye.